changing the view a little bit. I get cabin fever, so I shuffle things around. I don't want coffee. I don't want toast. Can I interest you in a more coffee? You want a K-cup? Okay, coming up. General, do you have a mission today? You are on the air. Do you have a mission today, Papa Smurf?
Yeah.
What is your mission today, Papa Smurf?
Entertaining Mrs. Smurf.
Entertaining Mrs. Smurf. Mrs. Rives Smurf says, thank you. I would love to be entertained. Thank you, Ledman. Mrs. Smurf will do her best to entertain you in return. Because we are retired, haha, and we can do whatever we like. Yeah, but you know, this is an interesting little dilemma. And that's kind of a weird example for the youth. But, I don't know, I mean, we can talk about it if we want. I really think we need to type a knot. But I don't want to be like Missy, who's forcing you to do something. And I don't want to be Missy. And I didn't know you forever, and I'm not trying to drag you down. Hey, how's this groovy thing? Look at my Smurfette dress.
Nice.
I'm very Smurfette. It's a bubble skirt. Made with a salon. This is my outfit for the day, Grey Gardens. Aren't I sexy? I love it. I'm actually really pleased with my little Popeye art projects. I'm gonna consume that scarf next somehow. I'm not sure how. Maybe I'll rip open the back of that black jacket on the sides and put the panels on the sides. It's in the car. Or I'll do some sculpting on this fuzzy coat with this purple scarf. Maybe I'll make some purple scarf trim. Because I can't seem to keep this one on my head, and I love it. So I'm going to consume it for art. I'm going to trim my coat with it. Because projects are fun. And I'm bored. And I like to do my knitting. Because it's fun for my head. So I violate clothing and tear it apart and put it back together just like Pretty in Pink. So that is what I do in my fair square time. Listen, fair trade. I hear you pumping a lot of believes into the system. Fair trade. But I did not get my free laundry batch for the hard work that I wiped down that damn laundromat. You know, from my lips to God's ears. God wants us to continue to have dignity and squalor at the same time. That's all I can think of. At least I'm not playing Occupy Toiletries with Tampax. Ah, it's Occupy Toiletries again. You don't know this, but Occupy Toiletries is when you run out of everything and you start shredding up shirts and winter clothes in order to wipe your butt. It's very postmodern and acceptable in the Occupy mentality of vendetta, whatever. Yeah, it's called I'm Done Buying Toilet Paper for the Koch brothers. And in the meantime, they can take their tax luxury of butt wipe and make a little condom and put it over a little tablet and kindly fuck themselves with their paper products. And I will continue to live as paper-free as possible because I like paper-free, except when it comes to artifacts and art. I don't know quite what I'm doing. I'm trying to get organized here. Got a bunch of stuff I gotta frame. stuff to play with, photography-wise. I got crazy amounts of prizes to give away. You guys have no idea how much I just want to give this stuff away. I want to give it away really bad. But it costs money to make. And I don't have the money to make it. And I don't have any money for overhead, because every time I get ahead, some dipshit takes a bite out of me and keeps going. And this one is not a dipshit and is not taking a bite out of me and keeping going. And that's a nice change. It tells me this one's real and not fake. And I appreciate that. And having a real one instead of a fake one, or a zillion fake ones, you know, I guess I no longer, you know, dread slut or whatever. I mean, I was famous for being a club girl and a bondage bunny and a webcam girl without my consent. It was really weird. I was someone's slave for a while and he called me a bad word. And then other people called me it too, and then I was like, wait a minute. That ain't right. And one day, I'll say, fuck cigarettes and stop smoking. But I have to sacrifice something. And I have made so many other sacrifices that I'm just wired to the jaw. My jaw. They want me to wire it shut so I don't freak people out. Why is that? Why can't you read between the lines? No, it's not that they can't, it's that they won't. It's that they've got way too much privilege of operation and already know they've done something bad and they've already screwed themselves. And that's why they do that. I don't know. There are ways to love people and then there are ways to love people. But, you know, Barbara Streisand once said, love is like a gun. Then Emily Dickinson said, I live my life as a gun. Oh, I love my Second Amendment rights. Why'd you keep taking them away from me, man? It's not Columbine over here. You're hurting my feelings, government. You're making a lot of laws because you think you need to be protected from little old me. Because I'm going to be mad by the time I wake up from whatever dreamland the creative community in the world has put me in, with the likes of Chuck Bukowski and Kerouac and all those gleaming stars in our sky. Yeah, Uncle Chuck Burke, not Bukowski, Burke. What am I doing? I'm looking for a purple thread in my knitting bag. Yeah, that's better. And black? You know what? That's bright colors. Yeah. But I know. I buy NRA hat, but even the NRA hat scares me. Pro conservalib, a lib conservable, conservable. Yeah, well, we're all just little tiny bubbles of flesh, and we all are just little bleps, and we want to be friends. And that is all. It just comes down to Smurfs. I love the Smurfs. And I don't love the way they look. I just love the concept of Smurfiness. Smurfiness, you know. Back when things were Smurfy, they were never Smurfy. That's the big line, you know, back when Make America Great Again. Are we, you know, are we speaking before or after Marxism? Before or after capitalism? I really wish there was more science to see what the real thing about the genome is and real diaspora. Because it's different now that we're moving at the speed of sound. Alright, folks, time to put the light on because your grandma's old. So yeah, in the stitch and bitch of my life. I don't know why the Pandora is bucking like it is, but it's bucking. I don't know. Probably because the signal's bucking. We got some rich bitches out here doing their wash in their fancy cars because they want to come and smell a little incense or whatever. They want to come spy. They're all off-duty secret agents. Look, spy culture. I just trumped you, Trump. You and your surveillance problems. I don't know. You walk out the door and someone sees you, so stop being such a weirdo. Yeah, show us your taxes. That's like men say show us your titties and women say show us your tax returns. Yeah. Case in point. So vote for me. Whatever I'm doing, vote for me. $50 gifts for free are good. Anything over $50 is something reserved for a private relationship or a business relationship. So, but if you just want to give me a gift, don't make it more than $50. Go to the thrift store and blow $50 and have a good time and bring us something cool. I don't know. All you richie riches out there can't even spare a $5 bill to PayPal. What's wrong with you? Because you're on your welfare state, blah, blah, blah. You haven't earned it, blah, blah, blah. You don't have any discipline, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I hear you, and I can match anything you have to say, conserve ground. Yeah. Because the principles of thrift don't work well when you're dealing with medicine, pain relief. That's why I wind up smoking my cancer sticks way more often than I should. I don't quite know what I'm doing with this, but I'm doing something interesting. I'm a livid conservator. I'm going to apply to that Mexican store today. It's an email or something. It's still way early. It's 6:38 a.m. It's July 15th, 2017. You're listening to Radio Dissident, the filibuster, cognitive dissonance. It is what it is. It is what it is. And the leverage of two versus one was amazing. You know, it was nice to look that woman in the eye, sister missionary president, wife missionary president, look her in the eye and say, you know, it's great not to be a pariah anymore. I have so much pain regarding Mormonism and the way they treat their single adults and their singles and their single parents, and this whole fixation on heteronormativity is really, not going to lead them into the light of Christ. And then we're going to have child molesters are child molesters. It comes from repression of sex. And if people would understand that, then they wouldn't molest children and not feel like they had to hide from their wife or get something on the fly, or, they're deeply corrupt individuals who are also deeply warped. Deeply warped individuals, deeply abused individuals, deeply in the closet individuals who have a lot of fear and hatred for themselves. And I really want to get up close and smell Putin's cologne and kiss Kim Jong-un with the death kiss. The Swiss kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. 3 times, just to be sure. The Swiss miss, as a work buddy used to call me. So if you're out there, old buddies that I used to know, copying artwork that you found, lucky you. I see your plagiarism and your flattery and your inspiration and your wealth. Listen, if I influence you in any way positive, please put some bread in my jar. I'm an inspirational speaker. I can do eulogies and sermons and so on. My name is not Lyra Silvertongue, and I do not have a daemon, but I have read all those good books. And they are good books. All you Potterific fans can come over and we can have a Potterific wedding. And I'll marry you a la Dumbledore or Madam, what's her name? The one that turns into a cat. I'll dress up like McGonagall and marry you and tell you to turn to your book of potions and talk to the bartender. See, with my mixology license and my food handler license, I also do catering. I'm a really good cook. We want to do weddings. We do it all. So call us. We'll fix you up good. We also barter. We need some things like hard goods. We need our car fixed, for example. Universe, from my lips to God's ears. Dear God. Our house needs some things. We need some washing and some drying on some laundry. God, and we need the car fixed. And all of these things take slices of cheese, and you know it. So, we need some Bitcoin cheese, God, and we're just little church mice. And we just have one little tiny chapel, and we're really not asking for a lot. And we want to drive an entire nation's movement on the most economical ministry you ever met. We are the most economical ministry you ever met. Elder Hanzawa. Elder Hanzawa is preparing for the priesthood himself, but none of that can go right until we tie the knot, and we know that. Did Mormonism make an honest woman out of me? I was raised in Mormonism like chicory tea. My spoken word is pioneer children. And we sang as we walked and walked and walked and walked. I walked 85 miles, pioneer children. I definitely could have made it to the Utah Territory without dying. Trust me. I'll get you there. Okay, Radio Dissident, Apostate Radio is going to ask you to do one thing today on behalf of someone who has less than you. Radio Dissident would like you to leave donations for the rummage sale at our house personally. So PM me or DM me or call us or whatever. Make an appointment. Come over and drop some stuff off. The garage sale is 22nd. And they can't take any items until the day of. So if we have a big old armful of stuff to cash in on, we can bring some cash into the food bank. And they can buy food at cost. At the cost of shipping, they can buy this food. So that's why it's so important to have cash for the food bank. The volunteer labor moves it on one level, but the cash is what brings it in from Northwest Harvest, etc. And we sometimes fundraising is done where we sell it back to Value Village or a greater conglomeration of thrift, and then they give us cash for it too. So yeah, don't hesitate to contact me first, please, and let's do that. I put a bulletin out in the Mormon Church, but they're very selective about, they have to approve it with the group or whatever and pray over it, like they do with every meal and all that. They're very prayerful people. But I think they make wise decisions in this neighborhood, in this area. I'm not worried that they're going to harm people. But, in the same way, how are we going to we can't tolerate them throwing gays off the buildings, man. That ain't right. We don't force people to do that. But I don't like how we're such an in club with this whole, everybody's eternal marriage, but not you. Hey, marriage equality, what about plural marriages? Let's have some marriage equality for plural marriages. Family law. I specialize in family law. In the state of Illinois, what?
Sharia law.
Sharia law. Yeah, actually, I specialize in Sharia law, and let me tell you, it ain't what you think. The burqa ain't what you think. The burqa is an incredibly feminist emergency device for cutting out the crap. And let me tell you what, when you see signs posted that say, don't wear perfume here, that's because the monkeys will come and eat your brains. We don't have monkeys, so that's not a problem. But out there they have crazy animals and bad roads and stupid ideas about the uterus because they're blind and stupid, and they're Helen Kellering around with, 1,000-year-old medical documents thinking, oh yeah, truth. Let me tell you what, bright spot. Clean and unclean, is that what we're talking about? Do I have to make you go and listen to Diamanda Galas Plague Mass all the way through and realize it's not Satanistic? And even it is. I do Satanistic weddings too. I do goth weddings too. I study with Satanists too, and Satanists also have a code of conduct, and that includes respecting people's boundaries but not taking any shit. And when people get into your face, you have every right to cut them off at the quick about it, and under their concept of law. And their concept of satanic law does not even include lying or the fathers of lies or any kind of hail to Anthony McVeigh or whatever, or Anton LaVey, or... That was your coffee, right? Did it come into the thing? I didn't push the button. Of course I didn't. Because I still don't know how to operate a Keurig. Well, it's just like my sexist chemistry teacher used to tell me. I don't know how to boil water. I'm not a woman, he says. That's why I got a B in his class. It's because I was a woman. Talk about rough. So, we're going to have a charter school system. It's going to be fine arts and STEM, a la Leonardo da Vinci. It will be the Hanzawa Institute of Fine Arts. And the Hanzawa Institute of Fine Arts is a charter school run by the Universal Life Minister, who is welcoming and accepting of all stripes of student, gay, lesbian, trans, developmentally disabled, deaf, blind, aged, crippled, and military vets and military disabled, wounded warrior painting classes, and so on. Does anybody get the idea of how grand a scale my charter school is going to be? Betsy DeVos is making it way too fucking easy for all of us actual Christians and actual religious types and actual imams and all of us to do what we got to do. And she's saying charter schools, federal funding for charter schools. Let's go. Let's do it. Montessori, everybody. Required. I studied Montessori. I studied early childhood development. I studied so much. So.
You're amazing.
I am amazing. I am so amazing, and I've been alone for a long time. That's why I'm like super hairy and super scratchy and super farty and super snotty and gross or whatever, gross girl. But I just try and match up with what's going on, when in Rome.
You're awesome.
Thanks, General. I appreciate that. Now, in the armies of Helaman, I would say Ricky is a general, and he's a 5-star general. He's a willing and eager student, and he knows which side of bread his butter is on for eternity. It's on both sides. The bread flips constantly, and it never touches the floor. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait till you, study quantum physics with me. I'm going to have a quantum physics segment, and we're going to talk about quantum physics. Yes, you, Brownie, you in the back. Yes, you, Brokeback Mountain. What can we do for you? No, seriously, we'll do all sorts of weddings, whatever you like.
Is something to laugh about?
No, well, Brony, I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fag. What are you? I'm gay for it. Yeah, I'm queer as a $3 bill, man. I don't know why I'm walking into Mormon church, but I've got the privilege of a man on my arm in a heteronormative arrangement, and I'm kind of running with it like crazy person. And I'm leaving some of my friends behind on one level because they're not getting married in the special moment that I am going to have. But I am not ready to kick them out either. And I'm, I'm just frothing in the mouth over here, exhibiting my First Amendment rights and establishing my ministry because I am an evangelical, Pentecostal, Universalist, Methodist imam to you. Let's study the Quran today. All you libtards, get your Qurans out, turn to page 984, and, pretend you're at Hogwarts School of Wizardry for a minute and look at a book that you don't recognize and that might not have been in English at first. And stop being so lazy with your homework. Because you lazy missionaries are all fucking lazy about the history of the church. And I sense that what's happening is some sort of blender moment where everybody's still as open-minded as they ever were, going, yeah, we're not going to hurt people and we're not interested in hurting people. So let's keep our minds on the prize of no child left behind here and concentrate on the constitutional rights of our minor citizens and the fun for our elder citizens. We're going to do the backsliding heifers chorale. Mahana, you ugly. We're going to start our haka with. Are we ready? Honey, will you pass me the phone? Darling. I need to turn the music off. Okay, so we're going to turn off our little vibe here. Okay. I'm going to put on some religious music. Do you want to, read some scriptures and, study some Bible?
After your radio show.
What?
After your radio show.
No, we do it all on air if we want to. I don't want to stop the stream until I don't want to stop the stream yet. Okay, islands in the stream is the vibe. Because you are all my islands in the stream, in the streaming podcast. Islands in the Sturmendreim. Mein Auschwitz is for sitting. Yeah, I'm guaranteed to be a little punchy today. Don't worry about it. thought I'd go hymnal, but I'm not quite ready yet, I guess. My mated oxen on the other side of this plow isn't ready to plow anything. I don't want, well, I guess I love a rainy night. We got Eddie Rabbit on the playlist. And we're going to love a rainy night for a minute because Islands in the Stream, Dolly Parton, and Kenny Rogers are our station on Pandora today. I love a rainy night. Let's do it. Come on. I love a Wi-Fi extender. What a beautiful sight. I love to catch my Wi-Fi on in the middle of the night. Ooh, it makes it feel good. Doesn't anybody know the price of Bitcoin these days? Seriously, folks. God, we need a French press coffee maker for my big pitchers of coffee that I drink. That's another thing. Coffee doesn't get harvested by slaves anymore. I'm not worried about what. Tea doesn't get harvested by slaves as much as you think. I'm kind of not worried about it. Just label everything fair trade and non-GMO and you'll be good. There's your California Kool-Aid. You got what you wanted. Because California sets the precedent. The words of wisdom. Yeah, that's an I can't even. I've worked hard just to get to where I'm at. Tell me I'm not going to smoke a cigarette. Oh, no. Oh, take away my heroin, please. Pillhead. Okay, I've had my... Don't hesitate to give me a tobacco offering as a Native American clergy person. That's correct, folks. I wound up being incestuous with my adopted brother from another mother. And I have 2 stepdaughters. Stepnieces? Oh, yikes. They should not have been graced with the indignity of having to have that in their home. What a horrible, horrible mess that was. Poor little Alicia. Larry, if you're molesting Alicia, or you're letting Squeer out there, what's his name, your brother, if you're letting your brother touch your daughters, you're asking for it, and the judges will come down on you hard, man. And let me tell you what, FBI does not fail to watch you, mister. You let that little girl's panties get dirty. Why is she getting dirty? She's getting dirty because, number 1, she takes a bath regularly. And number 2, she stays dirty so that she'll be dirty so that no one will want to touch her. And they'll stay away. Because that is childlike thinking, and that is what they're doing. And that's what she's doing. And that was what she was doing years ago. Now, I'm sorry, Alicia, and I'm sorry, Julia. If you're hearing this, probably you will. I miss you, and I love you, and I'm your mom, your other mother, and I'm also your aunt. And I don't know if you knew that, but the family has been very, very horrible to us and given us a lot of crap to deal with. And they're actually really super fancy people who lost all their money or some shit. But they don't have the dignity to stay genteel poverty and just cope. They've got to be, seagulls about it. So, you girls and boys, just read your Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Now you know why I walk out of Sacrament every now and again and go outside and cough my lungs out. And I don't dare take my inhaler because albuterol fries your vocal cords. It's just not in the cards for me in my new radio career as a minister to all things good. I'm going to outthink terror, and I'm going to make...
These things I don't need in the bed.
Oh, did you get a bonus? I'm sorry. That was not on purpose. Here, pass it this way. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, I don't need them either.
It went up my ass.
Oh, boo, crap. Someone sat on a pin that was in the bed, and I had no
It went
idea.
up my ass.
Did it go? Oh, and then you had, no wonder it's so smelly. That things are sharp. Don't stick it in the outlet while you're at it. Don't stick a fork in the plug-in, will you?
Ouch.
You want to hear a funny story about sitting on something sharp? I have a funny story. It will make you laugh, and it will make you cry simultaneously. I had a pencil in my pocket one day, and I got into my Marna's car, and I sat down really, really firmly in my chair on top of a pencil, and I jammed that pencil so hard into my behind. I hit the roof of that car so hard. I'm so sorry you got jammed in the behind. That I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I have done it myself. And that was not intended. God bless us all for shedding blood. Oh, this is so not Islands in the Stream song. I don't need all this. I just want a Willie Nelson or something. Okay. I need what I need, and this is what I need. We've got a special Hawaiian reggae station that reminds me of when we first met. And this playlist has always been fun, although I've had to cut a few songs out of my repertoire. All Mixed Up and Confused is not one of my major doodads. Yeah, I had to thumb that one down. The world. So, yeah, I'm a harumphing, coughing, sweating woman of considerable size and disposition. But I honestly think my weight is I don't know. You know, you think you're going to just keep growing, and you do. But you get bigger. And still loving yourself for being a cute big person when you used to be skinny. It's only, you know, what was that bullshit, no bunny until somebody loves you? Boy, nice exclusive club. Yeah, I've walked the walk, guys. Hey, nice to see you, bud, man. It's nice to have a friend like you. Brother Pacololo's in the house. He's going to open with a prayer. Thank you, Great Spirit, dear Father, dear Mother, Mother in heaven, we need you now. Oh, hey, in the hands of the women, the Zapatista comes to be. Zapatista is the South American Women's Army. Zapatista, see. I think my Spanish-speaking neighbors are going to really enjoy me working at their grocery store. They need help behind the counter really bad, and my English is passable and my Spanish is broken, but they like broken Spanish pretty good, actually. Broken Spanish is fun for them. It's a class flip. You know, it's a script flip. Do you know what I mean, General, when I say that? Like, broken Spanish for Spanish speakers is like a way to super submissive yourself. I mean, what? No, honey. It's not like that. Not like getting gay for Spanish speaking, but like being. Did you want to? Are we going to Brazil? I mean, I'm not talking about Carnival. I'm talking about me going to work in the grocery store with my broken Spanish and how democratic broken Spanish is when you're there just doing your job, you know? I don't know, so I'm going to get my papers out and we're going to do paperwork today. Office shit, you know. Stay at home, entertain the wife. Because the wife is often cranky because of her conditions. Whatever they may be. It's so hard to explain my sensory disabilities. And oh, my eyes have been boiled. I had sunburn on my retinas. I have a certain amount of focusing problems, and I have attention span problems. And how many deployments was it you before you were so frazzle fried that they said you're out? You know, people keep going back for deployment after deployment. And I'm serious. It's infrastructure or nothing, you guys. What are we doing there with guns? Protecting what? Something we shouldn't be doing. We only gotta go in there. Let's just build those roads and get the hell out and say thanks, I'm sorry. You know, let's fix it real quick. It would not take much money to fix all this shit real quick. And you guys are just as much backsliding heifers as ever, and you belong in this club. The Backsliding Heifers Club. The Backsliding Huffers Club. How's my riddle? Should I tell my riddle? My pot smoking riddle? Again? About the burn victim and the arsonist? What did the burn victim say to the arsonist? That's right. And if anybody knew Dale Jaff, they'd know why this was an ironic joke and how harsh that really is. Yeah, we don't have enough incense to do our special rituals. We don't have the pot we need to do the rituals for Jah. We don't have, you know, all of these rituals are rituals that came from somewhere. It's not just some ancient priestly priesthood. I mean, and the ancient priestly priesthood is great. And I want a male priest in the home, okay? Do you understand me, elder? This living in sin is making me kind of crazy. I'm having a cognitive dissonance with it, you know?
Brother Ricky.
Brother Hanzawa, Sister Hanzawa. Brother and Sister Hanzawa. Hey! Yosh! But I'm serious about my ministry. I reordained myself through the Life Church. Now I have a couple of certificates. I've got one of them saved to the laptop, but I thought I'd put it to the cloud, but I didn't. Does anybody use the cloud? I love it. Get off of my cloud. Yeah, especially you, Gautier. Gotcha? Is that how you want to play it? Did you find something clever? Honey, whenever I see that somebody I used to know video of the Gautier where they're painting on them, you know, that looks just like something that I threw away or that went to the dumpster. Somebody found my stuff, it's a junk, and used it. And were inspired by some artwork that they snaffled off after they went through my garbage. This is what happens when people go through your garbage. Here you go. Identity theft. And this is identity theft. It's not take your face and use it. That's too blatant. Although that's been done before. This says you were pulled over in Arkansas. I've never been to Arkansas, sir. So I got a faker out there trying to doppelganger me.
Nobody's gonna get me.
No, but that's why the moco, baby. That's why the tattoo, because no one can replace me. Even the Yakuza want to meet me, you know? Kim Jong-un wants to meet me. I overheard it was his birthday, and I made him a birthday present one year when I was locked up in jail. I drew a picture on my pants of a peacock for Kim Jong-un for his birthday. And then I threw my pants out the window when I got hard with a note tucked inside. But no one helps you. They don't care about Auntie in the attic or, you know, the Jane Eyre in the attic. And let me tell you what, Jane Eyre. Please. I've been living the life of Jane Eyre. Chained up in the attic like the wife. Okay, more knitting. Hand sewing is actually quite peaceful, and frankly, I'm tired of waiting for the sewing machine to give me crummy stitches, and I'm just making some stuff that doesn't machine work. Oh, and that's on the wish list too. Get your sewing machine fixed, Shilo. Okay, yeah, we have stuff to make for the bazaar, and I'm the only one with a sewing machine. You guys, do you live a life of perpetual fasting? Is it always feast or famine with you? I'm Zen. I know zero. I know what other zero means. I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not a minimalist because I'm on purposely being minimalist. Gee, guys. You know I have flair for days. I'm going to volunteer at the Lincoln Theater next and go sweep up after popcorn. Just going to be where I'm useful. Make a little cash. I think the little grocery store was tickled to death to see me face. You know, and I said, I need a job. And I don't think they care about Pakalolo or anything like that. And I'm a minister, and I can say all the things that are true in any other language. It's true. And I try only speak what I believe is true. And mostly I just believe in science and experience and human nature. And that was I just love that store, and they're so nice. My neighbors are nice. Everybody's nice, you know. They're really nice. I want to be around nice people, you know. I want to be where Mary is worshipped, you know. I miss Mary a lot. I miss having gone to Mass. I met the Archbishop. The Archbishop was in Champaign, and I got to be kneeling in the back row with my head covered as the homeless woman, crying and singing and coming to Mass, and just, crawled all the way on my knees, guys. I've been to Jerusalem about 70 times, just in my dailies, you know. Every day I walk out and do the thing. 40 steps to church and back.
Now look at this Mormon, he got busted in Venezuela.
For what?
It says a
Animal.
gun charge.
Gun charges, right. You know, forget about it for a minute, because militia's militia. And let me say, I've been training for the military for a long time, privately, with the determination in my heart to be prepared when I'm called on, and my Second Amendment rights. That really hurts my feelings that the NDAA is colluding with the fascism of the police force in order not only to make me buy medical consumer products like medications or hospital visits or that kind of thing, but also they have to take away my gun rights for 3 months, and I'm not allowed to buy a firearm for 3 months. And I don't have any guns in the home yet, and we have no guns in our home. It's in our gun safe, and we have a gun safe, and I don't get to be alone with the gun safe. and I don't get to have anything but supervised contact with the gun safe. Hey, gun safe, do you want me to take the $600 of rent that I would have paid, and do you want me to also cover that and like suck up your storage unit fees? Yeah, okay, I'll do that too. Will you allow me some tentative, and let me make this little moment of our month a show and tell month, as far as like working within a budget that's normal for a change. Because like having my entire check to just spend on the things that I need is gonna make me so happy, I can't even tell you. Retail therapy is ultimately the better therapy of cognitive behavioral therapy than you might ever get. I love shopping because I can touch everything and I understand it. Frankly, my body reacts like I'm blind, and my mind says I don't understand, and it stops giving me words. So I never had stopped giving me words problems before. And I never had stammerings and stutterings and word salad until my head fell off. And, I mean, Jesus, please, why don't we just drop some pig blood on me and be done? I'm just serious. Serious as all get out. I'm an adoptee. I'm Ruth's little girl. And she lost me at the hospital. And I am sure that Marnie just kept feeding me Sudafeds or whatever's, the diphenhydramines, the allergy pills or whatever, because they had all sorts of strong shit back then for babies. Codeine, cough syrup, etc. I don't know what they were giving me in the hospital. When I first came in, they gave me something, and it was not pleasant. It was the most disgusting, tasted like Band-Aids. I figured out that it might have been insulin. Maybe they handed me somebody's cup that had insulin. Like somebody else's drugs got passed to me, and they were just having their little drug party at work. Because they can do that, and it looks like they're sober, because they came in that way. And they came in that way. So, I don't know. On some levels, I was communicating out. And that's pretty much all I know how to do is communicate out. But when I communicate inwardly, I don't always not know how to not talk. I've been an interrupter for years because I've been so bouncy with enthusiasm that everybody pretty much hates on me, except beautiful Ren, my great big girlfriend that I had way back when I was a skinny mini. Now I'm big too, and I'm sure she's smaller. She's a beautiful had built her birdhouse in my soul, and I flew away with a heteronormative relationship, and I made her really sad, and she was a very beautiful lady, and I loved her, but I didn't know very much about using rubber toys with partners, and so I was still a rookie and still new. But Ren Merrill in Salt Lake City, Utah, if you can hear my voice, if you hear the sound of this love, Ren Merrill, you were one that got away in my dawning of my coming out when I was just a girl. And I love you more and more when I think of you. And what a dear heart you are. And flattery and imitation and all of that. I'd love to see you again. We've metamorphosed into whoever we are now. Somebody's cursed me bad. So, reverse the curse, everybody. Reverse the curse today. Make your mission to help somebody that can't help you. And we know that everybody loves the animals. Okay, we got that. We love the animals too. So everybody take your dogs for a walk, make friends, play games, sing songs, dance dances. Whatever you do to be silly and funny, be loose, stay loose, be happy, and float. Because what we do is we float. And, hey, Latuda is not a disappointment in every sense of the word. Do you like what the Latude is doing for me, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Papa Smurf, what is your assessment of the Latuda so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Or you find it Smurfy, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I find Latuda Smurfy too because it keeps me on level ground without dropping me into disappointment. Like, I've got like 17 tours of duty regarding disappointment in everything. So, like, at this point, nothing is a letdown. I'm doing something random, and sometimes I do random things, and they seem random, but they're not. They're all attached somehow in the larger Starry Night of my Van Gogh, of my art, and all I have to do is semiotics, and tigers, and throat cutting, and rituals, and Mormonism. And the Chinese take their Mormonism real seriously, and they're really mopo about it, modern primitives about it. Polyculture Christmas is going to be really cool because we'll be exploring the Orient Express. You know, we'll be exploring From Russia with Love. We'll explore Fiddler on the Roof. We'll explore King and I. We'll explore MGM musicals that we love so much. You know, and then we'll explore some fine art from the Church of Art because the Ministry of Art is about to commence. Because, listen, you J.K. Rowling, because you're just kidding, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. You betcha. So am I. Whoa. Yeah, watch me. I'm not dead. I'm Ukrainian. I'm a Cossack. What did you want? You knew I was a Cossack. I'm still a Cossack. I'm still right. And there's a competition in your FBI groups. Let's do a literary competition. Did Shilo get the right answer? Is her real name Naomi? Is Moonchild's name Naomi? Naomi Rachel. Yeah. Naomi Rachel Salisbury. Or whoever the father was. Was I an abortion? I'm serious. Like, I don't understand some of these visions and blessings I've had. And I've sent some strange messages to people, and they've gone and prayed about it, and then they've acted all like tighty-whitey to me. It's been very weird. I have a neighbor in Illinois who grew a herbal garden, and I'm sure she was like hooked up with growers and stuff, but she cultivated poppies at home, and you know, and I went, could I have some of your poppy seeds? They're beautiful flowers, because they were. But not only were they beautiful, but they smoked really nicely. And the poppy plant, and it's a marsh plant. It is a marsh plant, and it has suckers for water. Now this is botany. Fascinates me, so you're going to hear it from me about botany. Poppies have suckers for water all the way up the calyx of the plant, which means that all the way up until the very crusty edges of the flower before it opens up is all covered with little tiny straws. And if the head of the flower is in the water and the tail of the flower is in the water, the middle of the flower stands up. And it's like an arc. It's a very interesting way to put water into cut flowers. Floral, botany. I think I haven't studied plants. Oh, behave. Trust me, you give me any budget and I'll give you any kind of wedding. Watch. In the spur of the moment, to the heat of the night, to the whatever, I'm your local justice of the peace. Come down. Come down to the river to pray. Studying about that good old way. Did you see, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? General?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. That one's very historical, too. With the saggy bottom boys. The down home, Kentucky, banjo picking, N-word saying. How about this for some trim? Did this not turn out interesting so far? Look at what's going on here. I'm going to throw some beads down on this thing, but look what's doing. Look at this cool craziness. I can take it around the bottom, right? And then I can like stuff it or make it sausages or something. You know, I don't know. And then I can like upholster it like with beads and shit. So I got something going on here. This one's sewed on. Now I gotta do the other side. Oh, my knitting. This is what it's like. You want a fashion designer, you got it. Your sister's not the only one that can turn a fashion show inside out in half a heartbeat. You think I can't impress somebody with my thrift shop wardrobe? Let's go pop some tags. And then we'll play, what do they call that? Top model. Tyra Banks, baby. Tyra Banks ain't seen nothing yet. Have Tyra Banks do the top plus size model. Look at you, Mr. Wanker. That was an awesome moment of sexuality this morning. You blew my mind. I was so wet. I know, I'm Dr. Ruth over here. Because, yeah, I'm Dr. Ruth and I'm a Jew too. My name's Naomi Rachel. And my last name, Salisbury or Day. I could be Rachel Day. I could be Naomi Rachel Day. I might be April's Naomi Rahel Day. If I'm not Salisbury, then I'm Day. Mm-hmm. Naomi Rahel Day. Your sister is Native American, and her father was half Native. Are you half Native? No, I have a wine spot. My father was a Ukrainian man. She may or may not have married this man. I may have been stolen from the cradle. Who did you say may have stolen from the cradle? Well, Miriam did, of course. Miriam, the other Jewess, who was jealous and younger and wanted the baby very badly to have her own toy to play with because she too was scared of getting pregnant. And so she delayed having babies. You're welcome. She delayed having babies as long as she could because she was scared. And she raised an adoptee unto the Lord. That's all biblical. It really is. It's even more biblical when I lose my needle. There it is. Oh, clutch your pearls, Mabel. I love the birdies. I'm going to throw bird seeds. I'm going to start disposing of food storage to the birds. I'm going to cast our prayers to the winds. I'm going to signal food to the birdies. I already lost some toast, so the toast is going out the door. All the food is never going to be wasted. Rosa Parks, my Rose, likes the sardine I chopped up and left in there. I can't do like a compost bin like everybody else do, and I can't do worm castings, and I can't do all this fancy shit I want to do, because why? Because I live in an incubator. I don't live in a studio, I live in an incubator. We have a light above and a water bottle, and this is our little hamster cage, and we come in and out of our hamster cage and do our little routine. We go out, smell everybody's perfume, our lips, and then come home and stuff. Human nature, look out. Yeah, I think the Russians in the office at the Heritage Apartments are aware that we were there, or that I was there. CPS was aware. We tried to make it look like I wasn't living there, but I was. I got my mail there. I had every right to be there. I'm never going to run away from home again. Why? Because I'm not tired of living in a house, silly. Oh, we were tired of living in a house. So we packed up our bags and our boxes and our sweaters and our pants and our things, and we moved away, and we went and lived in a cave, and everything got wet.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you. And won't I make a great storyteller at story time? Because it's story time with me all the time. I'm the big storyteller now. I've got the big run on the big footprint. You want to know my carbon footprint? Do you want to know my travel, like my mileage? I have talked over 100,000 miles by foot, by train, by car. However, go dog go.
I'm a master to spooky stories.
Oh, you're the master of spooky stories? Well, now that you've like drank and guzzled Zodiac until you were sleeping with it, because I don't appreciate Zodiac one bit. It's way too close to reality, and it's disturbing. It's very well done, but I can't watch it because I saw it. It was too violent.
It's a good show.
Yeah, but it's good. Like, it's good like heroin. It's good like crack, you pillhead. You pill freak. Get back on your leash, Jet Li. Yeah, I'm going to dominate Trump, and I'm going to dominate Putin, and I'm going to dominate Jong-un, and they're going to fall into a pit of honey and drown. And that is what's going to happen. And Hudit is going to manifest, and Judith was an ancient warrioress who chose to sneak in to the opposite side of the military base and kill the leader of the enemy. And you know what? You can kill somebody without forcing them to do a thing. But I'd rather love you and see you grow.
We're going to the...
Yes, we're going to go to that Mexican grocery store again.
we're going to the... farm...
Today's Saturday.
Farm day
Do you want to go to the farmer market today? Yeah, alright, but I want to work on my coat until it's ready, okay? Because I want to have something to wear that's flare if it's cold.
It's going to be soon.
But it's kind of cool right now. We can go pretty soon. Let's blow another J and talk about it. But it will close at like 3. So we have to get the heck out of Dodge today if we do that. If we have enough gas, though, I'd love to just drive around. Can we see Anacortes or something? I've seen the casino upside and down. There's got to be something more interesting to look at. Could we please just go somewhere we haven't gone before? Bo, Edison. Edison's got a big artist gallery place. And they have cheap panels out there too if you feel like going to Edison and having an art outing. And that's for everybody too. That's not just for me. It's Edison. And the word was passed along through the food bank. Go up to Edison and they have lots of artists up there, and there's somebody up there who does panels, and I can't remember who. But Edison, it's real small and it's pretty obvious. Magic. Small town magic. Postal service. You are my visiting angels every time you come by. Thank you, Pump Neighborhood, for always being polite to your neighbors. And thank you for being so kind and wonderful and loving, and how you changed your mind when you realized the color of my money was lunch and dinner and not just a soda and the Wi-Fi. You know, I get that the Pump is not a soda bar or a cafe, but I love the Pump anyway. So, architecturally, I love it. I love it as a thing. The building, the people, I mean, the whole thing. It's our cheers, you know, for our neighborhood. And so is, shout out to Cravings Cafe. We've got a lovely lady in there busting her tail And I'm sorry, dear, I blanked on your name, but Cravings Cafe is where it's at, guys. So find out when they're open, like them on Facebook, and show them a lot of love. And these are all just neighborhood shout outs. Anybody want to slip me a Wi-Fi password with their blank donation card, then they send through PayPal or whatever. You know, give me your 2 cents worth and give me the password to your Wi-Fi. Hey, concepts. I know you guys have a shit fit every time I show my face because I'm so not you that you don't know what alienation is like. Oh, except you are all alienating. I've gone around trying to find out who's open for a haircut, and I finally have to do it myself, and everybody's going, did rumors do that? No, the woman herself does it because she can't be tolerated in public because of her ugliness. Mahana, you ugly. Naomi, you ugly. I know. Naomi. Yes, Ruth. My mother's name is Ruth. It's obvious that my name is Naomi. Or else it's Esther, Rachel Esther, which is also possible. I could be an Esther, like a heartbeat. I love Esther. But yeah, so my name is Naomi Rachel because the story of Ruth and Rachel in Bibles and Torahs and Jews, and we know our stuff. I wish I could tell you how hard I've spoken to God over the years. My listeners, my flock, my little sheep, let me feed you, my sheep, because there's more to eat, but don't eat the trees. It's Occupy Toiletries, everybody. So take your least favorite t-shirt, cut it into squares, and then rewash your squares. Just save them in a plastic bag, and then throw them in the laundry. Wash them with a little extra bleach. Don't worry about the color. And you will have your barrier against the Koch brothers and their money. And for those of you who are all fruity about Tampaxes being portable and whatever, and I still use Tampaxes, and I can't, I'm too fat for OBs. But talking about being on the period, oh no, that's another thing. I'll talk about whatever I like, and you'll see. I've had some things defined for me by good old George Lopez and other people, and George Lopez says if it's about race, it's racial, but if it's against race, then it's racist. So then he's kind of given us the go-ahead to talk about racial issues. And I think that that's really wonderful that he's helping us coin the phrase, you know, racial and racist for our books of law who flounder around looking for the right way to quick name in order to communicate rapidly. Because we go at bits and bytes and zeros and ones, and I've really, really just tried to stay to zeros and ones. And mostly I've had zeros. And I just had goose eggs my whole life. Gail Alanya, I know that you like some of my artwork. If you had a talking stick in your hand, what would you say about any of my artwork? My dear Gail Alanya, watching us girls smoke grass cigarettes and look at porno in the field. Yeah. Children raised in the 70s and 80s definitely got their exposure of adult attitudes. If you only knew. I was sexually active when I was 6. And probably earlier than that. I'm sure some Uncle Daddy probably touched me. I honestly wonder if we were part of the Mansons or the Masons, or, you know, we were at one point. Ruth Anderson was in the Mormon Church. I think I'm going to have to just go back to actual genealogy and look at Ruth's births and how many births Ruth had, and how many miscarriages and deaths and reports missing or this, that, and the other thing. Because I'm sure somebody was looking for me, and Grandma didn't even know it was me. And it was me. Kind of a letdown, but I'm on Latuda. And I'm 45 years old. I'm having the same problem that my mother did when she was trying to work with Child Protective Services.